Hi, so it's this is the second part of my review, if you like, on my story of how I came to bring this particular detox and health check and bioresonance machine to the UK. So I'd done the diet and the detox, and to be honest with you, I'd forgotten about it. I'd done it. It took I think I took a bit longer. I did it for about 2.5 months because you're still taking some of the supplements later on. So, when you come on to do it, you'll get 2 packs, your 14-day detox and your 6-week detox. But sometimes, we don't get all the measurements exactly right, and it can go on for 2.5 months, for example. And it also depends on what your illness is and all sorts of variables, how long you've had the illness, how many pharmaceuticals products you've been taking, all these different variables. So I did it, and and I'd forgotten about it. And then I had to go to a show, and I was at the show, and it was just one of these kind of fake things, and all there was a pizza van. So normally it's for me it's death by pizza. If I have a pizza, then and they didn't have gluten free, so the combination of cheese and all that bread is just a killer for me, and I would be knocked out, and I wouldn't be able to breathe properly, and it would be a disaster. But I thought, I've had my detox, it should have worked. Let's test it out. Let's give it a spin. So I had the pizza, felt fine, went to bed, woke up in the morning, felt fine. Couldn't believe it. Absolutely couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe the difference. Couldn't believe that actually happened. I'd had, and I really enjoyed the pizza, as you can imagine. It was really amazing, and then never looked back. So in that 2.5 months, I was almost total relief. I wouldn't say, like I still kind of stick to my diet a bit. I don't have loads of bread. I've never had loads of bread, but on the occasions that I do have it, I tend to have sourdough, and sourdough doesn't have such a high gluten amount, but it still has gluten, and it's absolutely delicious. And I tend to still have, the almond milk or all that kind of stuff. And I have herbal tea. I don't tend to, have milk in my coffee. But if I do feel like it, I can do it, and it's just absolutely amazing. And I have to say, changed my life. And then the hay fever, um, I had to do a separate course for the hay fever, so it was additional, and it was homeopathic based remedy. And I took that 2 months before the hay fever time. I normally get it in June, and I would say it was like 90% effective. So there's a field just where I live, and I could never go for a walk. June is a month where I spent most of the time indoors. It's beautiful weather. It's the longest time you can be outdoors, and I'm always stuck indoors because it's too bad. It's too much hassle for me to go. I've like itchy eyes. I'd start sneezing. I've got runny nose. So anyway, cut a long story short, again, I could go for a walk, and I would say I might sneeze once or twice. If it was a very high pollen count, if it was a low pollen count, I was absolutely fine. So I can't, from a personal point of view, I can't recommend Varivoda enough. So much so that I set up a company. So much so that I brought it over to the UK. Please, please, please try out. At the very least, try the health check, and hopefully, like me, you'll be blown away by the health check, blown away by how accurate it is, blown away how easy it is, and blown away that you can do it remotely. And then you can decide for yourself, can't you? It's not a huge amount of money. It's on special offer, £115 at the moment. So give it a spin, and hopefully you'll have the same success that I did.